This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hi, welcome to It's a Doggy Dog World. This is your host, Liz Palika, with my good friends, Petra.
Hello.
And Kate Abbott.
How do?
And today we're talking about a situation where a family buys or adopts litter mates, dogs, puppies. And the reason we're talking about it is we see a lot of problems with it at Kindred Spirits. It's not commonly done because most responsible breeders don't allow it. And I'm hesitating because I don't want to disparage any breeders. But behaviorists don't like when families adopt or buy litter mates. It's not Mother Nature's way, and it's invariably causes problems. So that's going to be our topic for tonight.
I know, I just seen a huge increase since last 6 months-ish.
Well, the last few years we're seeing more of it.
Yeah, but like lately it's just been kind of like a boom.
We have several incidences of it in classes right now, people attending class.
And sometimes the last one I spoke with was a breeder, bought from a breeder, but the previous one was from a rescue group. So they're actually puppies from two different litters, but they're the same age. So they might as well be litter mates.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, I mean, when we have anybody come to our classes with litter mate puppies, I think they immediately see our cringed faces. Because all of a sudden they just look at us and go, is this not right?
Or they hear it in the voice. Kate was talking to the owner of litter mates just an hour ago.
And she said, we have two puppies. And I went, oh. And she goes, oh, wait, don't tell me anything. Oh, no. Oh. They go, yeah, I got to tell you some stuff here.
Yeah. I mean, I think the most common reason that they tell us that they want to get these puppies is they can be company for each other. Or you've got kids and you may have two kids. They each want a puppy. So we got a puppy for each child.
Well, that's a totally different scenario that we've talked about previously.
Yeah. But again, there's a reason for getting litter mates. We work. We want them to keep company. And two dogs, we watch our house better. And
well, they'll play with each other, and then they won't take as much of our time.
Yeah. So we think that training two puppies, especially litter mates, is, like you said earlier, 4 times as hard.
Really?
Not twice as hard. 4 times as hard.
And I confess that my family did so. We got litter mates. What was I? I was in high school. Mixed breed, backyard breeder. We got 2 boys, which is middle of the road for not having fights. The poor lady I was talking with got 2 female litter mate puppies, which just upped the possibility of things going wrong. But we got 2 males. And at about 1.5 years, man, they wanted to kill each other. I've still got a number of scars from breaking up their fights.
I'll admit, my dad grew up on a farm in Iowa and Nebraska, and he said they didn't even get 2 farm dog puppies at the same time. And so when he retired from the Coast Guard and my mom got our first dog, or second dog, we had a German Shepherd when I was a baby, but then got the dog after Dad retired and we settled down. It was 1 dog at a time. So I grew up with the I didn't know why. I didn't know why it was important. Dad just said, 1 puppy at a time. So
yeah.
Well, now, I did grow up with at least 2 dogs at all times.
But 1 puppy at a time.
Yeah, but an older one and a younger one.
Right.
And that was because both my parents worked. I was in school. Yes, we wanted the dogs to have company for each other, but at different ages.
Right. Exactly.
Not litter mates.
I mean, you get litter mates and they've already bonded to each other. Obviously, they've been together since birth. Then you come into a new household, and a lot of people are also putting these newly adopted puppies in the same crate.
Which the lady I just spoke with, I said, so are they being crate trained? She says, yes. I said, are they in the same crate? She said, yes. I said, no.
Well, you just rained on her parade all over the place.
I need another crate. And ideally, they're sleeping in different rooms. Oh my gosh. If we just take 1 puppy out to go to the bathroom, The other one cries and cries.
And there's
Oh,
another
they've already
problem.
got an issue.
Yep.
I said, it's gonna
Oh.
be a lot of crying, but better now that you take the Band-Aid off now
Yeah.
than when they're, 4, 6, 8. Still think of the two Weimaraner littermate puppies that screamed just because they were, 20 feet away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Well,
each
I think
other
it
in
started
class?
like at 5 feet, and they kept screaming as they
Just
get
kept
further away.
screaming.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've got that attachment. Then you get people, they get the litter mates, and they're all excited. And as the puppy grows older, the owners are like, they don't care about us.
Of course not.
And we can't have that bond. We're not establishing anything. They're not my best friend, my buddy. I can't take one because the other one freaks, screams, hollers, yells, panics. Yeah.
Yeah, so try to work on a trust relationship, a pay attention to me relationship when, that's okay, I got my buddy here.
Yeah.
Well, you compared it to human twins
Yeah, my
who
mom was
speak their own language and are bonded only to each other.
It didn't occur to me for a long time, but yeah, the family stories about my mom and her brother, fraternal twins, small town, and, one room schoolhouse. So it was just the two of them for ages and ages and ages, and all the family stories about them having their own language, not even speaking to anybody else. And somewhere in, 6th or 7th grade, they had to go into different schools and then start relating to other people.
And I bet it was traumatic.
Which actually explains so much more about my mother. But that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother.
Different podcast.
It's a doggy dog world, not it's a mother world.
But it was just one day I all of a sudden went, whoa, my mom was a littermate. Oh.
My mom was a litter mate.
Yeah, so much was understood.
That's awesome. Oh, my.
Yeah, twins don't run in my family, thank goodness.
Well, they do in mine every other generation. And my mother was a twin and I'm not, so I'm not having kids.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason not to anyway, huh? Right.
It's my story and I'm sticking to it.
And then and then getting littermate puppies, like Kate mentioned earlier, if you get two females, squabbles start fairly early.
Oh,
as the puppies.
it squabbles isn't strong enough.
Okay.
They tend to fight.
As we call it a bitch fight.
And
two females will tend to fight, period.
yes.
Two females the same age.
Yes.
Yes. Same
And
litter is like.
if you make it through puppyhood and into adolescence without too many fights, don't assume it's all good. The worst is generally 2 to 3 years of age. Sometimes the fights start in adolescence, but the worst of it is usually starting at 2 to 3 years of age when they're becoming mature, mentally mature. And Mother Nature says, hey, this is my household, my pack, you go away.
No
And
one's
when,
like, no, it's my pack.
yeah,
In my house.
As I told her,
Squabble.
they both want to be head bitch.
yeah.
Right.
So that's going to be an issue.
With the correct, using bitch in the correct terminology.
There's a reason that we call female dogs bitches.
Exactly.
And I wear the title proudly, but yeah.
But then recently.
But us three aren't litter mates.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
And female dogs fighting can be the worst. People tend to think male dogs fighting is horrible. Yeah. Maybe because the boys are
bigger, tougher.
often bigger.
Yeah.
But
I think
Females
there's a
are
little
really
shadowing
bad.
of what people think about each people.
yes.
That the boys are going to fight more and the
True.
girls are going to be all full of sweetness and so forth. No.
But survival of the species in dogs depends on the female.
Exactly. She's got to be strong, protect her litter.
Her
Food.
territory, her
Yeah.
house, her food, her puppies.
Yeah.
And even if the bitches are spayed, that tendency, that inclination, that behavior carries through. Now, I will add, that doesn't mean that all bitches fight. But two from the same litter, the odds are very much in favor of the girls fighting.
Yep.
Yeah. If the female to female fights in the dog world, I often ask people if I'm called in on that sort of thing. Well, can you cook in the same kitchen with your mother-in-law? Now, some can.
Yes, some can.
Some kind of roll their eyes and go, oh, it's all clear to me now.
I didn't cook with my mother-in-law.
Neither did I. And me, 3 of them.
You gave it a 3-time shot. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I did.
So,
But-
yeah, it's not impossible.
I didn't cook in the kitchen with my mother either.
Well, that's true.
I
It's
was
not
out.
impossible,
I was
but-
out in the wood shop with my dad.
But with 2 females, the odds may always be in your favor. It does not work.
Right.
Right. Even if one, a lot of times there's always one that's a little stronger headed than the other one, but you're still going to get the fights. Now, we also see litter mates that are a male and a female. And then we see where the female is usually, again, the stronger willed one, and the male's like, oh my God, you're 10 feet away from me. And they're losing their minds.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a sad situation because she's usually so overbearing that the poor little boy can't even live a normal life. They often turn out to be extremely fearful and insecure and can't do anything on their own. And their life is just absolutely miserable.
It's not impossible. I did inherit a male-female litter mates.
The
Who got
little
along.
poodles.
The poodles.
Oh, yeah.
It's not impossible, but gosh, it's a lot of work to do it. When you get a puppy, you want to have field of daisies fun times, not having to separate them and hear them shriek. And walks are twice as hard. You got to go in different directions. Sleeping,
Or twice as many.
house training, everything. It's harder.
Then recently we had the students that had 2 males that they had since puppyhood, and they were, how old were they? They just
8 months.
recently, 8 months, and they've been squabbling, fighting.
They've been fighting bad. 2 herding breed dogs been fighting bad, and they took our advice,
Yes.
and they
It worked.
rehomed one.
Oh, did
Yeah.
Yeah, one was rehomed.
Okay.
To a family member, but like across country. Like
Country.
East
Oh
Coast.
yeah, those 2. Oh yeah.
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 I was thinking about the 2 Aussies. She's fairly successful, but the dogs are not fully adults yet
No.
either.
No.
And God, has she worked hard.
Yes.
She has come to
To our Aussie
2
lady.
Aussies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we warned her, and she at least listened to us. But yeah, having litter mates, she worked hard. So you want to have litter mates, and you want to go try it, great. But then it's like you crate them separately, different opposite ends or different rooms. You feed them separately. You train them separately. You, like you said, walk them totally different areas, and that's what she did. And she said it's a lot of work, and she wouldn't do it again.
Some people are like, I have to come every week to class for 7 weeks. She came twice a week
Yeah.
Right?
to bring her dogs to different classes.
Different classes. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And worked her both.
And every time we have some function, she comes. She always brings one or the other, but it's always one. You never
And
see her with the 2.
talks about her heart being ripped out about leaving the other one. Her heart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
her
for
heart.
having to leave the other one at home. But she knows that's what she's got to do.
Right. Yeah, we'll
It's a
we'll
lot of
see
work.
when those boys hit 2, 2.5, 3 years old. Hopefully it'll work for her. But
She's probably the only one that I can't remember that dedicated that much work and training.
we have a couple in one of the basic classes now on Saturdays that has 2 Goldens. And
Oh yes,
litter mates.
yes.
2 girls, and they've had all the warnings, but they are taking me seriously when I've said you have to do this and you have to do that. And the comeback, unfortunately, is, well, look how they love each other when they're all cuddled up together. And I said, but they're only 6, 7 months old. They're babies. They haven't even hit adolescence yet. So I said, you have to start doing this now. And it was very hard, but they are implementing the suggestions. But they simply cannot place one of them. They
No,
can't.
there are babies.
They can't make themselves do it.
All right, well, we need to take a break for our sponsors, so hold on. We've got a lot more to talk about when we get back.
Sit, stay. It's a doggy dog world. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
DGP is an all-natural formula proven to help aging pets with joint and mobility problems. It goes to work quickly, providing vital nutrients to the joints while reversing the effects of age. Some people see results in as little as 7 days. Don't let your dog struggle another day. Call 800-521-0543 or visit dgpforpets.com and enter the code DOGGY, that's DOGGY, for 25% off your first order and free shipping.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? come to Dynavite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite.
Dynavite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggo Suds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggo Sud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggo Suds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynavite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. This is your host, Liz Palika, with my good friends Petra Burke and Kate Abbott.
Something just occurred to me, and I have no idea what the correct answer is. Is it easier for some breeds than others?
Oh, I'm sure it probably is, because personalities can vary between breeds.
Well, I think of like beagles. I mean, beagles were bred to work in packs, whereas the hunting, the herding breeds, they're often more on their own. Mm-hmm. How much that genetic difference makes to getting litter mate. Although the 2 that we got when I was a kid, they were Pekingese beagle mixes, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a good indication, right?
I think breed probably could have a little bit to do with it. I think gender has a lot to do with it. I think individual personalities has a lot to do with it. But
the problem breeds have always seemed to be the, quote, working dogs. I mean, well,
herding and working.
Herding, guardian. I can't remember anybody getting 2 beagles. That we've even had that. We don't see that many beagles, frankly.
Yeah, not out here.
That's true. I don't have it either. But then, do you want twice the noise?
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to my mind also.
Maybe that was discouraging enough. You want that baying all the time?
Well,
I don't know.
The lovely couple that have the 2 bloodhound girls.
Oh, they've had fights.
They've had fights. I mean, but talk about noise.
Yeah.
No,
2 bloodhounds go off.
Yeah.
They've had some pretty serious fights.
Yeah.
So I think that answers the hound question.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think gender has a lot to do with it, and personality.
Gender probably trumps breed, even.
Uh-huh.
I know we've had a few in the past that have started our classes and have placed one early on before we got, little fights were starting here and there, and they came, talked to us a lot, and many of them had made that decision and placed one.
Yeah.
I know it's
which
hard.
Is nice. Oh,
I know.
I
It's
understand.
I would have a terrible time bringing home a puppy and bonding with that puppy. But see, I can't imagine bringing home a puppy and have the 2 puppies bonded to each other and not bonding to me. That because my puppies bond with me.
Yeah, they're best friends.
Sure they do.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't be walking away out of a breeder shelter or wherever with 2. I would walk one out.
It wasn't a case of litter mates, but a woman called talk about issues with her puppy dog, and I was like, you're just not the right matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I rescued him, and I'm well, maybe you're just meant to foster him and be the bridge. So he's now ready to go to his right home. And that stopped her, and she went, oh. Because up until then, she was doing, God sent me this puppy, so I must take care of him.
She was going to save him.
Maybe God sent you this puppy to help you foster him.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And then find the right
point.
home.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a break and talk about our sponsor, who is Pets Are Kids 2. They have a variety of products, but today we want to talk about their premium pet oatmeal shampoo. It smells absolutely wonderful. I mean, when I smelled it, I'm thinking oatmeal and vanilla. It was like a breakfast.
Well, it makes sense. The ingredients, for one thing, they're all natural, which is really nice. You don't have to worry so much about what weird things are being put into something you're putting on your pet. So, oat proteins, baking soda, coconut-based cleanser, so it's plant-derived soap, water, glycerin, DMDH, which is a natural preservative, and then vitamins A, D, and E. So it's a nice, creamy, all-natural ingredient shampoo that smells good.
It smells wonderful. And what's interesting is shampoo can be used on your dog or cat. So this can be used
and cats
on
are
either.
Cats are very sensitive, so that shows you what a quality product this is.
Right. And this particular shampoo is supposed to help with the less itching if you have a dog that itches or may have, I guess, itchy skin or allergies. I assume this would be nice and comforting to them.
Well, with the antibacterial, antifungal properties, you're less likely to get a secondary infection from your dog licking or scratching because of an allergies. And just soothing. That's so nice.
Right. So if you're interested in this product, which smells absolutely wonderful, I would watch my dog stick my nose in their fur because they smell so good.
But don't take a really deep sniff or you're going to sneeze.
Or don't inhale it like Liz attempted to and got up her nose. But if you're interested in check out some of their other products, again, it is, you go to petsarekids2.com.
That's PETSAREKIDSTOO. I feel like the Mickey Mouse Club. But petsarekids2.com. And you can enter a code, which is PET, P-E-T, 15 for a 15% discount off your purchase. A portion of all proceeds go to help animals that are been diagnosed with cancer. And their little twist, which is quite personal, is they actually help the family themselves.
Yeah.
Or they help provide financial care for the dog or cat undergoing cancer treatment. So it's very important to do research and fund that. But research is to help prevent in the future. There are cats and dogs and their families that are dealing with cancer right now.
And these people take some stress off of that. It's stressful enough to lose your fur child, and then all the financial burden.
And to follow through with that, with every product that you purchase, if you take a picture of your dog or cat, or your, guinea pig for that matter,
who knows?
Next to the product that you purchased, and send that picture into Pets or Kids 2, they will send back a picture of whichever pet your purchase is helping to fund their care for. So you get a personal, this is where a portion of your money is gone.
I just had a thought.
Uh-oh.
I bet this is awesome on ferrets.
Oh,
You know how stinky ferrets can be?
Yeah.
If this is safe for cats, this would be an awesome shampoo for ferrets.
I should have my daughter try it with her 2 ferrets.
Yeah, because when I had ferrets, I was always looking for a good shampoo that would get that musky odor off them without making them smell perfumey.
Right.
And I bet this oatmeal shampoo would be good for that.
Yeah. Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, all ferret owners, let us know. Be part of the experiment and let us know, and then take a picture of your parrot with the bottle.
There you go. Send it in.
Another example of litter mates that Petra and I were talking about before we started recording is we got litter mates.
Oh, yeah.
You got Logan and I got Bashir from the same litter. Mm-hmm. And even though they didn't live together, they lived in each of our homes, they saw each other 5 days a week here at Kindred Spirits, and they got along great until they hit about 2.
Yep.
And then they started having squabbles.
Yep.
Of course, we called Bashir the good dog and Logan the evil puppy.
Yeah, that was good and evil.
But they squabbled for a couple of years until they finally settled down. But even hanging out that much, the 2 litter mates.
And in the homes of trainers.
So
And that was in the homes of trainers.
I might even say good trainers.
Oh, thanks.
Well, thank you. Yes.
Don't strain yourself. That
Uh-oh, she's buttering us up. What does she want?
So, of course, Liz and I recognize it. We just don't come in. We didn't come in every time. Like, oh, okay, let's let them off, see what happens today. No, I mean, it was on leash. It was controlled. But it's interesting because then you and I are talking about our current dogs. Mm-hmm. And we've got Tango and Hero. Again, litter mates.
But no squabbles whatsoever.
Dogs of English Shepherds now. Yeah, but personalities are best friends.
Personalities are much different.
And they're almost 3 years old. And
they're
buddies.
Logan and Bashir were both
stubborn.
Definitive personalities.
Hard-headed.
Boss dogs.
Yep.
Playground supervisors.
Yep.
They both wanted to be the playground supervisor.
Yep.
Strong-willed. Smart.
Yeah.
But Hero and Tango are very smart.
Yeah.
But they're completely different personalities.
And they're both being raised by very definitive male dogs.
Yes. Yeah. Bones doesn't let Hero get away with anything. Yeah. Nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no question that the older dogs are next, and then the people next, and
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, Bones and I have talks, even though he's going to be 7 later this summer, we still have talks about, I'm in charge, then you, Bones. And every once in a while he goes, I know more about that, Mom, than you do. No, you don't. So yeah, Bones and I are still having ongoing discussions.
Definitive personalities? Is that what
yes.
you said? Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing with having litter mates, and like you've mentioned, especially when they're older and they've never been apart.
Oh gosh.
As if one
passes away.
That happened with yours. One passed away shortly after the other one did.
Yeah. So that the 2 litter mate toy poodles that I inherited, they passed within 6 months of each other.
Yeah.
One from cancer, and I think the other one just from a
broken heart. Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Just missed. Just where is my other half?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we've heard of that happening before also.
Well, that's just heartbreaking. It's like they didn't know they could live alone, be independent.
And frankly, if one of them had to have a tooth pulled, they both had to stay at the clinic. I mean...
Yeah, see, that's not right.
Right. I mean, that's just... it's twice as hard on them, too, because I'm not... Why am I here? I'm feeling fine, but I have to be here for my brother or we both scream. Or sister.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, really, if you want to give it a try to have litter mates, it's a lot of work. I mean, the lady we were talking about that had 2 Aussies, she was by herself.
Yeah, she's a single woman.
She's a widow by herself. Got these 2 to be companions for her. Went to litter mates, but that's a lot of work. And if you do that by yourself, that's tough. And the Golden people, at least there's a husband and wife. They got teamwork there, but
we should have called her in for a testimonial.
Yeah,
yeah.
She is quite upfront about talking about. Yeah, it's a lot of work. We'll do it again.
And we did bring her in
to talk to another couple.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Sometimes just hearing it from another student, I don't know, makes it easier for them.
Yeah, because maybe what we're saying is really not all true.
Well, we're just bitches.
We just don't like 2 puppies at the same time.
So I mean, there's more. I know I've spoken to a few random breeders of just different breeds of dogs that used to adopt out or sell their puppies together to homes, and some of them had gotten the puppies back. And then they were so bonded to each other, even the breeder themselves, couldn't break that bond, or it was so difficult to. And Alana said from then on, it was like, never again. But unfortunately, they all had to have a bad experience. But then moving forward, now it's like, no, 1 puppy to a home. Mm-hmm. Not 2 tiny.
A knowledgeable breeder will not sell 2 puppies to the same home. Yeah. Period.
Well, the 2 Weimaraners, they got retired, the couple.
Yeah.
So they would each have a dog. So they each got the puppy. And those are the ones that were screaming in class.
Yeah.
After one of the dogs pulled the dad down.
And hurt him.
Put him into intensive care because he hit his head on concrete.
Yeah.
During that time, the mom took both of the dogs back up to the breeder to stay. So when she called and said that husband was out of the hospital, she was going to go back and get the puppies, I said, which one are you going to pick up? Which one are you going to leave? And they talked about it. When they got up there, the breeder talked him out of it. Made him take both of them home again. Told them they couldn't be separated. They were already too old.
Shame on her.
Yeah.
Still.
And then I know somebody that really, they wanted to get 2 puppies. And I happened to know the breeder, so I called the breeder, because I also know these people are good friends of mine. And then I called the breeder, and I was talking them out of it and the reasons why. And then at the same time called the breeder and said, I'm just going to throw it out there. These friends of mine interested in your puppies, but not 2. And she's like, oh, no. That will not happen.
Good.
I will only sell 1 puppy. I will never, ever sell 2 puppies again.
There are good breeders.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's hard because, if you've approved this person or family to buy one of your puppies, you already know you like this person or trust them. And it's got to be hard to say no to that extra check.
And a good home.
Yeah. But for the long-term health of the puppies.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course I asked my friend, I said, so, Are you still bummed you didn't get 2? He goes, oh, no. I handful enough with the 1. I go, well, there you go. And he said, now I understand what you were trying to
Not
tell
only
me.
that, their older dog would have run away from home.
Right, exactly. Packed up.
Didn't look too thrilled about having a puppy anyway, never mind 2.
That's another thing. They'll gang up on the other dog.
Yes.
If there's another dog in the household, or 2 or 3.
That's right, yeah.
More fights with the others.
Yep. Yeah, teaming up and everything else.
It's
Teaming up on your cats.
Back to my
cats,
mom again.
dogs.
They haven't learned other dogs' language if they're only together.
Yeah.
Only
right.
caring about each other. Wait, babe.
Yep.
So anyway, if you want to find out more, there is some research available online. You can just Google it, do a Google search, and read up more about it. But again, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Although a few people have been successful at it.
A lot of work.
And the
lot of
last thing you want is dog fights. I had 2 dogs that fought, 2 bitches. They were not litter mates, but they were 2 dominant bitches, and neither one would back down, and that makes life extremely uncomfortable.
Have a credit card just for that.
Yeah. It's very difficult, and it's worse with litter mates. So just don't do it.
The odds will never be in your favor.
Right.
It's possible, but the odds are against you.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's it for this time. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Having a rough day? Longing for the dog days of summer? Think your fun furry friend lives a dog's life? Well, find out everything you're begging to know as Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika. Every dog has his day, and you'll find out how to make your dog's day fun and rewarding every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.